Troop a nice give and go. Then it turned into a fake and it went, oh no. Burn. Blocking her shot is like taking candy from a baby. It's too easy. Burn. 75 turnovers to lead the league. Job's not finished. We want more. Burn. Split the gap right now, 5. Bang. Oh, we not done. Have man that ball. Throw it up there. Can I get a pray up? Amen. Burn. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Grab that rebound, pass it around. There we go. Oh, no. This is why we don't pass the ball. Burn. I get a single scoop, actually. Make it a double. A butter pecan. Burn.
Did y'all just witness what I witnessed? Because Angel Reese just got absolutely demolished on live television, and I'm not talking about some regular loss. I'm talking about a complete and utter humiliation that has the entire WNBA world questioning everything they thought they knew about Chicago's so-called rising star.
It was a nightmare performance. 9 turnovers to 3 assists, and like some of these were like calamitous turnovers. Like, I don't know what she's trying to, obviously, I don't know where she's trying to release the ball from there. Like, she shoots shot from her hip right then. I don't know what she's trying to do here. I really don't know what she's trying to do. She takes, I don't even know. I don't even know what she's trying to do on this turnover.
Napheesa Collier stirred the pot, stirred the pot, stirred the pot. She was cooking her. 8 of 16 from the field, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 50% from the floor. Kayla McBride, 8 of 14, 3 of 7 from 3. I mean, everybody's a plus. Plus 29, plus 21, plus 23, plus 27, plus 21. Everybody's a 20 plus for the Minnesota Lynx.
9 turnovers. 9. That's not a bad game. That's a basketball catastrophe of epic proportions. And it happened right there for everyone to see, as the Minnesota Lynx didn't just beat the Chicago Sky. They put on a basketball clinic that left Angel Reese looking like she'd never touched a basketball in her life. But before we dive into this absolute chaos, make sure you're subscribed, because the drama in women's basketball is getting spicy. And you don't want to miss a single moment of what's about to unfold. Because what happened in Chicago wasn't just a loss. It was a complete exposure of everything wrong with the Sky's approach to building a championship team.
Immediately.
Angel Reese, part 51. Let's get it. Bang! Angel's Island, like Epstein's Island. Apparently no one's there. How about it? Bang! Another day, another dollar to make me holler for some more me-bombs. Come on, give me that. Bang!
Especially with this girl turning the ball over 8 and 9 times a game. Last game before the game before she sat out before All-Star break, she had like 7 turnovers, and y'all act like it didn't matter. It's so funny. It's so funny. Y'all are turnover police and turnover merchants when it comes to everybody else. Well, technically not everybody else, just Caitlin Clark, who averages like 9-10 assists a game. Y'all are turnover merchants when it comes to her, but y'all act like y'all don't see this girl turning the ball over 9 and 10 times a game, and she cannot handle the ball. She's not a point forward. Y'all gotta cut it out. Just cut it out, man.
Let me paint you the picture of what went down, because the final score of 91-68 doesn't even begin to tell the story of this absolute demolition. From the opening tip, the Minnesota Lynx looked like they were playing a completely different sport than the Chicago Sky. We're talking about systematic dismantling here, people. Not just winning, but running a basketball clinic against a team that's supposed to be competitive in this league.
Angel Reese did, however, continue her double-double streak, 11 points, 11 rebounds. So she continues her double-doubles, McDoubles, you know what I'm saying?
And at the center of this disaster, Angel Reese, who somehow managed to maintain her precious double-double streak with 11 points and 11 rebounds.
Angel Reese had 9 turnovers. Yo, listen, y'all got to stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop.
But did it while committing a career-high 9 turnovers against only 3 assists. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. 9 turnovers to 3 assists. That's the kind of ratio that would embarrass high school players. And we're talking about someone who's supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. But here's where it gets really wild. Reese was literally 1 turnover away from achieving a triple-double via turnovers. Think about that for a second. 10 turnovers would have given her a triple-double in the most embarrassing way possible. She was playing like she'd never seen a basketball before, attempting no-look passes that went straight to Minnesota players, committing traveling violations in the post, and throwing errant passes that sailed out of bounds like she was playing hot potato. And the team turnovers? Oh honey, it gets worse. The Chicago Sky committed 23 total turnovers, the most that Minnesota has forced all season long. They made the Lynx defense look historically good, and that's not because Minnesota suddenly became the greatest defensive team ever assembled. It's because Chicago played with the basketball IQ of a middle school recreation team. Now, let's talk about what was happening on the other side of the court, because Napheesa Collier and the Minnesota Lynx weren't just winning. They were putting on a masterclass in how professional basketball is supposed to be played. Collier dropped 19 points with the kind of efficiency that makes you remember why she's considered one of the elite players in this league. Kayla McBride matched her with 19 points of her own, and here's the beautiful part. Their scoring came within the flow of the offense, not by forcing shots or dominating possessions like someone else we could mention. Meanwhile, Courtney Williams was out there facilitating like a true point guard with 10 points and 7 assists, showing everyone in the building what actual basketball leadership looks like. The Lynx improved to 21-4 on the season, while Chicago fell to a pathetic 7-16, putting them 4 games behind the 8th playoff seed with time running out. But here's where the story gets really interesting, and why this game might be the wake-up call that changes everything for the Chicago Sky. When Angel Reese was on the bench, something magical happened. The Sky actually looked competitive. The offense moved more smoothly, players made quicker decisions, and suddenly they were finding open teammates instead of standing around watching one player dominate possessions. The ball movement improved dramatically without Reese controlling everything. And that raises an uncomfortable question that nobody in Chicago wants to ask, but everyone needs to hear. Is Angel Reese actually making her team worse? Because the evidence from this game suggests that when she's not on the court, her teammates play better basketball. And let's talk about the technical foul situation, because this is where things get really spicy. Reese picked up her 7th technical foul of the season. She's literally leading the entire league in techs. She's just 1 technical away from an automatic suspension, and the technical came from a verbal exchange that showed her complete lack of composure when her team needed leadership the most. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking, but she's maintaining her double-double streak. She's tied with Elena Delle Donne at 42 career double-doubles. But here's the reality check that nobody wants to hear. Individual stats mean absolutely nothing if they're not helping your team win games. This performance gave ammunition to every critic who's been questioning whether Reese's approach actually contributes to winning basketball. Because let's be real about what we witnessed. Chicago shot a pathetic 39.3% from the field, making every possession look like a struggle. Players were forcing shots, overthinking passes, and playing scared basketball that had them looking outclassed and like they belonged in a different league entirely. The defensive impact from Minnesota was suffocating. 8 blocks in defense that created easy scoring opportunities all night long. They generated fast break chances and second chance points, while Chicago looked lost on both ends of the court. And here's the kicker. They did it without their most reliable scorer, Ariel Atkins, exposing just how thin Chicago's depth really is. But the most damaging part of this entire debacle was watching Reese try to play point forward, a role she is fundamentally unsuited for. She lacks the essential skills for that position: ball handling, court vision, and decision-making. And it showed in the most brutal way possible. The comparison to players like Alyssa Thomas is laughable when you watch Reese's ball-stopping tendencies disrupt any chance of offensive rhythm. And here's where we need to have an honest conversation about the elephant in the room. When you compare what we saw from Reese to what players like Caitlin Clark bring to their teams, The difference is night and day. Clark sees the court 2 passes ahead and elevates her teammates' games. When Clark turns the ball over, it's because she's making aggressive plays to create opportunities for others. When Reese turns it over, it's because she's making fundamental mistakes that high school coaches would bench players for. The -19 rating that Reese posted tells the real story of her impact on this game. While she was padding her double-double stats, her team was getting demolished, and that raises serious questions about whether Chicago is building around the right player. Minnesota demonstrated what winning basketball looks like: balanced scoring, unselfish play, and team defense that creates opportunities for everyone. Meanwhile, Chicago's offense looked disjointed and selfish, with players focused on their own shots instead of creating opportunities for teammates. The franchise player question is becoming impossible to ignore. Is the Chicago Sky's approach to building around Angel Reese fundamentally flawed? Her ball-stopping tendencies force teammates to stand around waiting instead of cutting and moving. She holds the ball too long looking for her own shots or forced assists. And against elite teams like Minnesota, these weaknesses get exposed in the most brutal way possible. Fast guards blow by her on the perimeter, strong forwards push her around in the post, and her poor positioning leads to fouls and easy scoring opportunities for opponents. This isn't just about one bad game. This is about a pattern of play that makes it harder for Chicago to compete against quality teams. The 7-16 record speaks for itself. Individual achievements don't equal team success. And this game was the perfect example of why padding stats without contributing to victories is meaningless. Other teams have figured out how to exploit Reese's weaknesses, and the data suggests that Chicago performs better when she's not controlling possessions. So here's the question that Chicago needs to answer, and answer quickly. Are they going to continue building around a player who creates more problems than solutions? Or are they going to address the elephant in the room about their star players' real impact on winning basketball? Because what we witnessed wasn't just a bad game. It was a complete exposure of a team built on the wrong foundation. The Minnesota Lynx just showed everyone what championship-level basketball looks like, while the Chicago Sky looked like they were playing a completely different sport. The gap isn't just in talent. It's in approach, philosophy, and understanding what it takes to win at the highest level. What do you think? Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for the Angel Reese experiment in Chicago? Or can she turn things around before it's too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes. And don't forget to subscribe because the WNBA drama is just getting started.